So let's pretend the buyer has $60,000 saved and $2,400 for a monthly payment. My thought process is we need to set aside funds from the 60K for closing costs. We can't count on a seller assist. So I'm going to siphon off that hungry hippo is going to take 15,000 for closing costs. And that's going to leave 45K for a down payment. My brain just says, well, what's that 10% of? And what's that 20% of? 225 and 450. You know, that's a huge range. That's just like, oh, just something that comes to my mind. It's not going to necessarily impact what we do here. It's just a gauge. So then I want to think about the monthly payment. So we know that 2,400 a month was what his maximum was. So let's multiply that by 0.75 and siphon off a quarter of that for the taxes and insurance and possibly mortgage insurance. We don't know at this point yet. So that leaves 1,800 for principal and interest. Now I need to translate that to the monthly payment. So we know 1,800 with every $10,000 borrowed at $60 a month, 1,800 divided by 60 is 30 units of 60. So that you multiply that by 10K because each unit allows you to borrow 10K is a $300,000 mortgage. Or if you divide it by 600 a month, again, it's all math. You just need to multiply 3 units by 100,000 because you use that as the unit. The 600 goes with the 100,000. The $60 goes with the 10,000. All right, so we got the $300,000 mortgage or what they can afford to pay for mortgage. Now the potential price point before we looked at 225 to 450. So clearly at 300,000, they're not going to have enough for 20% down. That would be 60K. They could certainly afford 10% down. So we're just going to go for the 10% down scenario. So we're going to divide 300,000. So I want you to think about your, you know, the term loan to value. So value being basically the purchase price. The loan amount is a smaller portion. So if we know 300 is the mortgage amount, we need to divide by 0.9 because it is 90% of a larger number, which is the value or the purchase price. So we divide 300K by 0.9 and we get to include their 10% down payment on top of that. So we're going to look at a price point of 333,333 to start. And we're going to go to the MLS. So we get the one with 0 taxes would be wonderful, but I'm not going to start there. Got 3556. So that's at the higher end of the taxes, which actually, wait, you know what? I got to increase this. So 33, so 17, 18 is the median. So this is slightly higher than median, which is totally fine. So let's just use this one as an example. And we do our $, which is the buyer closing cost estimate. And we're just going to artificially update this to the 333 that we wanted. And we're just going to pick our same closing date. We're going to put our wonderful buyers and we're going to use our 6.25% interest. And at this point, we'll just say 16K for their earnest deposit, first and second deposit totaling that. And we already told ourselves that he could probably only afford 10% down. And we know that this is, let's see, yeah. So in 0.62, which this could actually be lower. And we need to include our homeowner's insurance and just make sure that this is 0 down here. So let's hit print. Okay, so he needs 53K out of pocket and his monthly payment is 2353. Because these he has room to grow in this purchase price because of the taxes being where they're at. And or he could also put more money down and make this lower. So that's how you kind of establish, you just play around and, you know, like, oh, what if the price were 350? What does that look like? But make sure whenever you change the price, this little guy, this mortgage insurance guy is going to always change on you. So make sure you change it back. And now you see we're slightly over 2451 and 55.6 out of pocket. So now we're a little bit over. So going up to 350 was a little high, but you can use your math to get it narrowed in. And also just use a little bit of extra down payment because he's got the money. So we'll just make this 39K. And now we got that just under 60,000. And oh, see my mortgage insurance. See, it's a little bugger. It's like a little gremlin. So we're 24.25, so 350 is a tad high, but it's okay because you got the math, you can lower it.